For most of human history, people lived in small villages. These villages were scattered, open, and fragile. Families lived close to the land, relying almost entirely on what they could grow, gather, or raise nearby. Everyone worked to survive, and nearly all of that work revolved around food. Life in a village followed the seasons: planting, waiting, harvesting, and hoping. A good year meant stability. A bad year could mean hunger or death. There were no backups, no reserves, and no safety nets. Survival depended on cooperation and luck. Over time, humans slowly learned how to farm more effectively. They observed the land, experimented with tools, and learned how to manage water and soil. Crops became more reliable. Harvests became larger. For the first time, people began producing more food than they immediately needed. This change was small at first, but its consequences were enormous. Extra food meant food could be stored. Stored food meant people could survive beyond the harvest season. And survival beyond the harvest meant something entirely new: time. With time no longer spent entirely on farming, human behavior began to change. Some people continued working the fields. Others began repairing homes more carefully. Some learned to shape tools, make pottery, or trade goods with nearby settlements. Skills began to replace sameness. This was the beginning of specialization. Not everyone lived the same life anymore. Work became divided, and daily routines began to differ from one person to the next. Society grew more complex, even if it was still small. As farming improved and specialization spread, populations slowly increased. More people were born. More people survived. Villages began to feel crowded. Homes moved closer together, not by design, but by necessity. Paths formed where people walked most often. Fields were pushed farther outward. Movement became predictable. What once felt open and loose began to feel dense and permanent. With density came new problems. Food had to be protected. Disputes had to be settled. Resources had to be distributed fairly, or at least consistently. Informal cooperation was no longer enough. Organization became necessary. Food storage moved to central locations. Shared spaces emerged for exchange and gathering. Certain individuals began overseeing storage, labor, and rituals. Authority, once temporary or personal, became structural. At the center of many early cities, temples rose higher than everything else. These structures were not only places of belief. They stored food, organized labor, tracked seasons, and preserved tradition. Religion, economy, and governance became deeply connected. Cities did not create equality. They created hierarchy. Some people labored in the fields and workshops. Others managed goods and space. A small number controlled resources, rituals, and decisions. Power now had a location, a structure, and a physical presence. Yet cities also created opportunity. They allowed knowledge to accumulate, skills to specialize further, ideas to spread faster. Human life was no longer defined solely by survival. When food surplus, specialization, organization, belief, and authority came together, cities were born. Not suddenly and not deliberately, but gradually, brick by brick. Humanity had crossed a threshold. Villages became systems, communities became civilizations, and the world would never return to what it was before. History is built one piece at a time. Subscribe to follow the story as we build it together.